வெராண்டா கிளப் சார்பில் வெஸ்டர்ன் காட்ஸ் எனும் இலக்கிய விழா கோவையில் நடைபெற்றது. எதிர்கால இந்தியாவில் இந்துக்கள் என்ற தலைப்பில் எழுத்தாளர் ஆனந்த் ரங்கநாதன் பேசினார். 2 தினங்களுக்கு முன் கேரளாவில் ஹமாஸ் அமைப்பின் முன்னாள் தலைவர் பேசினார். முஸ்லிம்கள் அவரது பேச்சை கேட்டு ஆரவாரம் செய்தனர். இது அச்சத்தை தருகிறது என்றார்.
What is the future of Hindus and of India when we do fast forward? Essentially, that's the question. The answer is very bleak. And I'll explain to you why and why nothing can be done about it. So this is one thing that I've thought about, and I think a lot of you have thought about as well. And there is no solution to this. And it's not just me saying this. The person who realized this before us, before me, was Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, and he realized this more than a century ago. So I'm not reinventing the wheel here. What I want to put across you is, think of a solution. I can't, but here are the facts. The facts is that if we move fast forward, maybe 30 years down the line, 40 years down the line, maybe not so far off, maybe if we move forward before we move fast forward, we would realize that the problem is not so much of demography. The problem is of the shift of demography. India, the total fertility rate, as India develops economically, people become wealthier, they produce less and less children. The so-called population explosion bogey will no longer be an impediment in our progress. There is ample scientific and other data to show this as well. The total fertility rate in many states, including states that have more than 30 to 40% Muslim population, is going down. It's actually it's in Bengal it is less than 2, which is the case for many European countries. In many cases it is high, but if you look at the decadal population rate for Hindus as well as Muslims, it's going down. The trends are good across religious communities. Of course, Hindus, it's going down faster. The question is not of population. The question is, when a society which is seeped in religious dogma decides to come together and shift en masse. That is what is happening. That was the reason for Pakistan, and that is the biggest worry for this country going forward, even beyond forward, going fast forward. There already are regions where you have 90%, 95% Muslim population. I don't even want to talk about Kashmir, the Kashmir Valley, which is 98% Muslim. And you know what happens there. This is not something that I'm going to tell you that would be news to you. When you have a Muslim majority state or a population, you know the kind of things that happen, and they would happen unabashedly because you are following the fundamentals. It is not something to be embarrassed about. They would say, this is written, you allow this, you haven't banned this, this is what is going to happen. We are going to pass laws. Already in Jharkhand, you have Sunday being removed from as a holiday. You have Friday as a holiday. Already you have, when you had in Kashmir Valley, cinema halls were closed. Women were not allowed to do a lot of things that they were doing earlier. You had, lot of persecutions against gays, homosexuals. Those are the things that are written as fundamentals. Those are the things that are going to happen. So India will not become a Muslim majority nation for another centuries, maybe, hundreds of years. But there will be strong pockets that would be almost 100% Muslim majority. There is no solution to that because everything is happening legally, everything is happening with legal, lawful sanction, and you can't do anything. Jaise there is a meme, sab aap shant rahiye, sab tasalli se ho raha hai. I don't, what's the exact language, So Kairana, for example, was 30% Muslim just a decade ago or more ago. It is now 93% Muslim. 2 days ago in Malappuram, you had the ex-Hamas chief being linked up I've just tweeted the video, maybe it's not gone yet. Tens of thousands of Keralites, Indians, are wildly cheering and applauding him. This is the same terrorist whose organization has just murdered 1,400 innocent men, women and children, beheaded children, raped en masse, abducted elderly. And you have this guy linked up in Kerala, God's own country. And you have tens of thousands of Indians cheering him. This is happening. This is happening across the country. You've just witnessed the new riots in Mewat. Let me quote to you from a magazine. In December 1947, Mohandas Gandhi visited Ghasera village in Mewat. That's the region